Good afternoon, everyone. We are Sotobori Green from Hosei University. I'm Hiro Nakamura.
I'm Saishi.
I'm Luisa Tomoto.
And Yuta Nakagawa.
Kobe Ink Story, my story. So, first of all, let me share our vision with you. It is to create sustainable lighting culture, grow Kobe Lab, and increase sales. In this project, we want to achieve these three, and at the same time, want to solve social problems that Kobe faces. So next, I'm going to talk about the social problem that Kobe has. The population outflow is one of the biggest problems. Last year, about 50,000 people left Kobe. Especially young people moved to other big cities, such as Tokyo and Osaka. Why people leave Kobe? We came up with one idea. It is because of lack of regionalism. So what is regionalism? It is to respect the hometown with pride to develop the place. However, there is less opportunity to learn about their hometown, so the people's civic pride doesn't go up.
And I'll explain how regionalism is developed in local people's mind. All these following elements, such as beautiful scenery, historical element, and local specialty, create positive impression to hometown. And what is more, positive impression increase deep attachment to hometown, which means Kobe love. So, to develop regionalism, it is necessary for local people to know, realize, and actually see the great part of Kobe.
So next, please look at this club. It shows the rate of university students who want to go back to their hometown after graduation. As you can see, the less attachment they have, the less they return home. On the other hand, the people who have strong attachment have strong tendency to love their hometown.
So now, me and Yuta will talk about our target and how we can actually make our project realistic. While regionalism is the issue in Kobe, we wanted to prevent from getting severe. And at the same time, we want to build the recognition and increase the sales of the product as well. As a result, we are targeting children, mainly elementary school students in Kobe. And in this project, we want Kobe Ink story to be the bridge to regionalism and elementary schools to solve the social problem. Why did we choose elementary school students? It is because, based on a study, activities for children such as experiencing nature and local contribution will increase the sense of belonging in their local area. So we thought, young generation is an important element for strong regionalism. And we came up with this idea. We want to provide an impressive experience to create a regional pride from a younger age by supporting regional study in elementary schools. In this way, it helps to strengthen the regionalism of Kobe. And our goal in collaborating with Kobe Ink Story and the young generation is to create a new sustainable writing culture. As you can see here, from the left side to the right side, as a tree gets bigger and bigger and eventually makes apples, those apples produce seeds that produce new apple trees as a cycle. In this project, as the children gets bigger and make their own family, they can share Kobe Ink story to their children and other family members and pass it to the new generation. So I'll pass it to Yuta now.
So how are we going to implement a plan in elementary schools? We want to provide opportunity for students to learn and experience Kobe with Kobe Inc. So in Kobe and elementary schools, these are the existing classes in there: Earth class, regional study class, field trip, disaster study class. And we want to focus on these classes to introduce a plan. For example, in Earth class, we can have a guest teacher from Nagasawa Stationery Center to teach students how to use fountain pen. And we think it's really important for students to experience when they're young. And in a regional study class, we can have a field trip to Osprey Nagasawa Stationery Center, so students can learn about Kobe-based local business and as well as Kobe ink and different colors. In a disaster study class, in which students usually learn about disaster and history, since the original Kobe ink is an earthquake in 1995, it's a really great match that guest speaker from Nagasawa Stationery Center have some lecture in the school. And these are small ideas, and we have one unique activity that students can enjoy, learn, and experience at the same time. So here we will show you guys the plan.
Okay, this usage example is to use Kobe ink for field trip. For example, visiting the place that they learn in the class, Taisanji, and learning its historical background with the color, Taisanji yellow. We strongly believe that this kind of active learning style will make regional study more fun and exciting for the student. Also, it helps to grow student local affection. And next, this is the sample field trip plan that we made. In this plan, the student can follow the place of the color, and the task for them is to find the color of the inks at each point. So they can learn about their hometown and Kobe inks. Also, they feel the important element that develop regionalism, which is Saya mentioned earlier. For example, they feel Kobe's beauty in Tsunakaikyo and feel local specialty at Motomachi. So, also, after the field trip, they will write what they thought through activity by using fountain pen and ink. It means that students can learn and experience Kobe City and Kobe ink in both outside and inside of the class.
Sounds fun, right?
Right!
Thank you. So now we're gonna move on to our marketing plan here. From first year to third year students, we want them to use Kobe ink for colorful artworks. Next, starting for fourth grade student, we want them to start how to write with Kobe ink. And on their last year in elementary school, we want them to create their own colorful and creative artwork for their graduation.
And we set Persona as an example. This school is a public elementary school in Kobe. And the total number of students is over 800. And more importantly, this school thinks they need much of education of civic pride for students. And here's an example of week schedule of each classes. So we suggest to use Kobe ink story in both arts and craft classes and gakkatsu classes. In arts and craft classes, students can do painting or create a graduation art. In gakkatsu classes, they can go to school trip to some places which are introduced in Kobe ink story, and they can deepen their local studies too. As for budget, we plan to sell Kobe ink story to 10 schools, so our profit should be about 30 million yen within a year. As a result, Our budget goes 6 million yen.
So this is an example of customer journey. He's Masashi-kun. He's in this elementary schools and he's 7 years old. So in the first year, in the Earth class, he used fountain pen for the first time. It was an interesting experience for him. And later, as we explained about the colorful map earlier, he went around the city, he walked around the city, and in this activity, he was able to know all the new places in Kobe, and as well as the different colors of the ink. In the last year of elementary school, he created art production for graduation. It was his first time actually making artwork with fountain pen, which makes him interested in fountain pen calligraphy when he's high school. So he want to write something with fountain pen, but he doesn't know which ink to get. Only ink he's familiar with is Kobe ink. So he decided to purchase it. Later, since he loves Kobe and he knows about Kobe, he decided to study in university in Kobe, and he met an American friend there. So he was taking his friend around Kobe since he knew a lot of places from colorful map. 10 years later, he has a family now. He has a kid. He's still drawing with fountain pen and Kobe ink. And his family and children, they're watching him drawing with the fountain pen. And they also see his desk. There's a lot of different Kobe ink colors, which makes his son interested in writing as well. He let his son use his fountain pen and inks, and now he's a big fan of writing with fountain pen.
So in this project, it has a lot of benefits for everyone. First, for school, they can create an opportunity to strengthen regionalism of Kobe, including active learning, for students to have fun while studying. And that build curiosity about their hometown and at the same time can gain a sense of achievement as well. Next, for students, they can be motivated to learn about their hometown and at the same time they can make memories with their friends, Kobe Inc., and of course, Kobe City. And for Nagasawa Bungu Center, they can have a good relationship between schools and also can contribute to the regionalism of Kobe. And that will grow a new writing culture. Lastly, for Kobe City, we can make Kobe City more active and more appreciated by younger generation that will grow the regionalism of Kobe. And at the end of the day, we can gain a win-win situation for everyone.
So our plan is long-term. In long-term, we want to create sustainable environment for Kobe City, Kobe Inc., and the regionalism. As Lisa explained about the apple tree effect, we want children to adult people to be a part of the apple tree, to be a part of the sustainable environment. And by contributing to elementary schools and education, we hope we can create Kobe love and regional identity, as well as Kobe Inc. recognition. And at the same time, the sales will catch up, and later, we can create strong relationship with these customers who used to be studying in elementary schools and participating in activities on we provide. And after all this cycle, we can create new sustainable, colorful writing culture, as well as a strong Kobe love. And we hope those students will grow up together with Kobe Inc. and create their own story. Thank you for listening, and Merry Christmas, have a great holiday.
Now, we will have questions from judges.